I want to share the story of my vacation on the stunning Amalfi Coast. In just 6 days, we managed to visit the millionaire's island of Capri, relax in one of Italy's most famous resorts, Positano, and soak up the charm of historic Amalfi. I'll tell you how to spend your holiday on Italy's most iconic coastline and whether it's possible to see its main highlights in just 1 week. My trip began with a flight from Warsaw to Naples. Just a few hours in the air and you find yourself in the heart of southern Italy. From the plane window, Mount Vesuvius rises proudly above the city, while the sun reflects so brightly off the sea that it feels like a scene from a movie. At Naples airport, I met my friend with whom I had been planning this trip for months. We decided to stay in Naples for 1 night so we could head to Capri early the next morning. Our hotel was right in the city center. A spacious 4-bedroom, just a short walk from the city's main attractions. The famous Footballers' Street, covered in colorful football-themed murals, and the magnificent Naples Cathedral. We spent the evening strolling around, enjoying pizza and soaking in the lively atmosphere of an Italian summer night. Naples, a city of contrasts. Naples is a place people either fall in love with instantly or can't wait to leave. Elegant palaces stand next to crumbling buildings, balconies are decorated with flowers, and narrow streets are forever buzzing with scooters. The smell of freshly baked pizza mixes with the salty sea breeze and the lively sound of Italian voices. The controversial charm of Naples. Naples is often called a dangerous and dirty city, and yes, there's chaotic traffic, trash in the streets, and constant noise. But at the same time, it's full of life, friendly shop owners, loud laughter in cafes, and the aroma of espresso drifting from every corner. Why Naples is often called the city of the mafia. Naples has long been associated with organized crime due to the presence of the Camorra, a powerful criminal organization with roots dating back to the 18th century. Originally formed as a street gang, it evolved into a complex network involved in extortion, drug trafficking, illegal gambling, and infiltration of legitimate businesses such as construction and waste management. One of the most notorious branches of their operations is known as the trash mafia or eco-mafia. For decades, the Camorra controlled the waste disposal industry in the Campania region. This wasn't just about regular garbage collection. They profited by taking industrial and toxic waste from companies for a fee, then dumping it illegally in fields, forests, or even the sea. In some areas, waste was burned in open air, creating what became known as the Land of Fires. This illegal waste trade has caused severe environmental damage, contaminated soil and water, and raised serious public health concerns. Media coverage, investigative journalism, and films like Gomorrah have cemented Naples' image as a city intertwined with the mafia. However, it's important to remember that Naples is much more than its criminal past. It's a vibrant city full of history, culture, incredible food, and warm, welcoming people. By the way, I want to tell you about one of Naples' architectural gems, the Galleria Umberto I, often called the twin sister of Milan's Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II. It was built between 1887 and 1890 during a major urban renovation following a cholera outbreak. Architect Emanuele Rocco was inspired by Milan's elegant gallery but created his own version, more spacious, with a dome that feels even taller and brighter. The gallery is shaped like a Latin cross, with a magnificent glass dome at the central intersection supported by 16 iron ribs. One entrance opens onto the bustling Via Toledo, while the other leads directly to the legendary Teatro San Carlo. Here you can shop, enjoy a coffee, or simply admire the play of light streaming through the glass roof while watching the city's life unfold. If Milan's gallery is the living room of Italy's fashion capital, full of luxury and designer boutiques, Naples' gallery is a warm Mediterranean living room where local charm meets the grandeur of 19th century architecture. If you're strolling through the streets of Naples and spot a crowd gathered around a small street stand, people sipping something yellow while leaning forward with their legs wide apart, don't be alarmed. You've just discovered the legendary limonata a coscia aperta, a traditional Neapolitan fizzy lemon drink with serious personality. What is it? It's a simple but explosive mix: freshly squeezed lemon juice, cold water, a bit of baking soda. Once the soda is added, the drink fizzes up like crazy, so you have to drink it right away on the spot, and most importantly, with your legs wide apart to avoid getting splashed. It's perfectly refreshing on a hot day, and it's a fun local experience you won't forget. After strolling through Naples, we reached the seafront, where an incredible view of the sunset opened before us. This is one of the favorite spots for the local youth. They gather here in large groups, enjoy wine and some sing-songs accompanied by a guitar. After watching the sun disappear beyond the horizon, we continued our walk through the evening streets of Naples toward our hotel. We had to get up early the next morning. Our journey to Capri was awaiting us. The next morning, we wake up with a sense of new adventures ahead. We quickly pack our things, check out of the hotel, and still a little sleepy, head out for a light breakfast. At the ticket office, we buy our ferry tickets to Capri. The price is €28, and holding them in our hands, we smile. The ferry departs, leaving the shore behind. The waves sparkle in the sunlight, and with every passing minute, the feeling of everyday life drifts further away. About an hour later, the majestic cliffs of Capri appear in the distance, framed by turquoise waters. We are about to arrive at the island that promises unforgettable impressions. Arriving on the island, the very first thing that struck me was the incredible color of the water. It looked almost unreal, a dazzling shade of turquoise so clear that even from the ferry you could see the seabed below. Sunlight danced on the waves, creating the impression that the sea was glowing from within. All around, a breathtaking panorama unfolded. Dramatic cliffs, whitewashed houses climbing up the slopes, and lush greenery seamlessly blending into this perfect Mediterranean scene. To truly see the beauty of Capri, you need to rise higher, where the sea meets the sky. The easiest way is by taking the funicular, which connects the Marina Grande harbor with the very heart of the island, the town of Capri. The funicular was first opened in 1907. Before that, travelers had to climb the steep serpentine road on foot, often in the heat, sharing the path with mules carrying goods. The arrival of the funicular was a marvel of its time. In just a few minutes, visitors could reach the heights where the breathtaking panorama of the Bay of Naples spread before their eyes. Over the years, it has been modernized, yet it still preserves the charm of another era. A ride on the funicular feels like a little adventure. The carriage begins to move, slowly leaving behind the harbor, the boats, and the turquoise waves below. With every meter, a new view unfolds. Whitewashed rooftops, lush gardens, cliffs draped with pines. Soon you feel as if you are gliding between sky and sea. At the top awaits the true reward. The main square, the Piazzetta, often called the world's living room. From here, the magic of Capri begins. But it is the ride on the funicular that gives you the sense of rising above the ordinary and stepping into another extraordinary world. Capri is one of Italy's most famous resorts, located in the Tyrrhenian Sea near the coast of the Gulf of Naples. Since ancient times, it has been a favorite retreat of Roman emperors, and today it attracts travelers from all over the world with its natural beauty, atmosphere of luxury, and unique charm. The main symbols of Capri are the Faraglioni rocks, rising majestically from the sea, and the famous blue grotto, Grotta Azzurra, where the water glows with an enchanting light. Even a simple walk here feels like an adventure. Narrow streets, wind-passed whitewashed houses, fragrant lemon gardens, and cozy terraces with breathtaking views of the Amalfi Coast. The towns of Capri and Anacapri each have their own soul. You can easily get lost in their historic alleys, visit ancient villas, taste the legendary limoncello, or enjoy dishes made with the freshest seafood. That's why my friend and I decided to stroll through the streets of Capri, to soak in its authentic charm and feel the true spirit of the island. After strolling through the island's narrow streets, wrapped in flowers of incredible beauty, we stepped away from the main road and headed to a cozy bar with a breathtaking view of the sea. Later, we returned to the funicular and went down to the beach. Beach is a mix of sand and pebbles with both a free area and sections where you can rent a sunbed and umbrella. I came already dressed in my swimsuit. There are no changing rooms and toilets are only available in nearby cafes. And if you're in the mood for more, boat tours are available nearby. I took one to explore the coastal caves and grottos with swimming stops along the way, a definite highlight of the day. As evening fell, we made our way to the city of Salerno, the streets glowing softly in the fading light, ready to settle into our new home and begin this next chapter of our journey. The next morning, after waking up and savoring a coffee with a croissant, a classic Italian start, we made our way to Salerno's port. The morning light danced on the water as we boarded the ferry, setting off toward our next destination along the stunning Amalfi Coast, the charming cliffside town of Positano. We set off from the port of Salerno on a 2-story catamaran with an open top, perfect for taking in the beauty of the Amalfi Coast. As soon as the catamaran began moving, a pleasant sea breeze greeted us, refreshing and invigorating. From the water, the coast revealed an entirely new perspective. Towering cliffs, white and beige houses seemingly growing out of the mountainsides, and small coves with turquoise waters. The Amalfi coastline looked like a magical painting, with sunlight dancing on the waves, the green lemon groves, and the brightly colored rooftops creating a stunning contrast against the deep blue sea. On the upper deck, the experience was even more delightful. You could fully immerse yourself in the endless horizon, feel the wind on your face, and hear the gentle splash of waves against the hull. Every turn of the waterway unveiled new sights, tiny beaches, cozy harbors, and majestic cliffs rising straight from the sea. This crossing felt like a true introduction to the magic of the Amalfi Coast, which looked even more incredible when seen from the water. After about 40 minutes at sea, we arrived at the port of Positano. The catamaran slowly approached the shore, revealing a magical view. Bright houses seemingly scattered across the green slopes, terraces bursting with flowers, and narrow streets winding between the cliffs. From the water, the town looked even more enchanting than in photos or imagination, and the pleasant sea breeze added a sense of freshness and freedom after the journey. Along the shore to the right, an endless stretch of beaches unfolded, dotted with colorful umbrellas, while small cafes and restaurants lined the coastline, inviting visitors to stop, enjoy the sea, and taste local delicacies. Every new corner of the coast that appeared as we neared the port sparked awe and a desire to step ashore and wander through the vibrant streets and along the lively beaches of Positano. After strolling along the waterfront for a while, we decided to climb the central street a bit uphill to take in the full beauty of Positano from above. From the very first steps, it was clear why Positano is considered the pearl of the Amalfi Coast. This picturesque town, perched on a steep slope as if carved directly from the cliffs, amazes with its colorful houses, narrow terraces, and flower-filled balconies. The main street, Via dei Mulini, was once an important trade route, with caravans of mules transporting goods from the port to the hills. Today it is full of small shops, cafes, and workshops of local artisans. As we climbed higher, we noticed tiny staircases leading to private terraces and small chapels hidden among the houses. From the height, the view was breathtaking: bright rooftops, green terraces, and the turquoise sea merging seamlessly with the horizon. It felt as if every building had its own story, and the narrow streets preserved the charm of centuries past. Positano is also famous for its lemon groves and the production of the renowned limoncello, the scent of citrus filling the air. Every step upward offered a new perspective and a sense that the town was revealing itself in all its picturesque glory. After wandering along the winding paths and taking in the breathtaking views, we decided to stop by the little shops to look at souvenirs. Each boutique had its own unique charm: shelves lined with colorful ceramic plates decorated with lemon motifs, delicate handmade crafts, and light clothing in the signature Positano style. The atmosphere was so warm and inviting that we wanted to linger, exploring every detail and searching for something special to take home, a small piece of this enchanting town. Then our attention was caught by a cozy spot hidden in greenery right along the main street. It felt like a little oasis in the heart of Positano. Quiet, away from the crowds and bustle of tourists. We decided to sit down for an aperitivo, each of us ordering a signature cocktail. The atmosphere was unique. The fresh leaves cast a cool shade, while the light scent of citrus and herbs seemed to enhance the flavors of the drinks, making the moment feel perfectly harmonious. This place wasn't mentioned in any guidebook, and perhaps that made it feel even more special. It turned out that the cozy cafe belonged to a 5-star hotel, the very one where many of today's most famous stars choose to stay. The atmosphere combined elegance with tranquility, and every detail reflected a sense of refinement and taste. It was truly a spot worth discovering, an unexpected glimpse into another side of Positano. As the day slowly drew to a close, we had wandered enough through the charming streets of Positano, soaking in its unique atmosphere. It was time to head back to the port, board our ferry, and return to Salerno. The town left a warm imprint on us, in its colorful houses, the scent of lemons, and the memories that would linger long after our visit. If you're curious about the names of the places worth visiting or the spots where we stopped along the way, just leave your questions in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. In the meantime, our journey continues. Did you know that the Amalfi Coast is a narrow strip of land in southern Italy, stretching between Naples and Salerno? It is part of the UNESCO World Heritage list and is considered one of the most beautiful places in the world. Here are some interesting facts. Towns on the cliffs. Amalfi, Positano, Ravello, and other little towns seem to hang above the sea, their houses cascading down the rocky slopes. The legendary road. Running along the coast is the famous Strada Statale 163, often called the Road of 1,000 Bends. The views are so breathtaking that drivers are advised to stop for a while instead of getting distracted on the way. Amalfi and paper. In the Middle Ages, this was the place where a special kind of paper was produced, which became famous worldwide. The Museum of Amalfi Paper still operates today. Limoncello. The classic Italian liqueur comes from here. It's made from unique lemons of the Sfusato Amalfitano variety, which grow only in this region. A haven for artists. The coast has always attracted writers, composers, and painters. For instance, Richard Wagner found inspiration in Ravello for part of his opera Parsifal. The Amalfi Coast is not only a resort but also living history. The maritime Republic of Amalfi once competed with Genoa and Venice for dominance in the Mediterranean. And our new day began with a trip to a new place, Amalfi. The town greeted us with the sound of the sea and the aroma of fresh coffee drifting from little cafes. Narrow streets climbed upward toward the majestic cathedral with its striped facade, while down by the port, boats rocked gently on the waves as if waiting for their travelers. It was a beginning that promised a day filled with stories, beauty, and unhurried discoveries. From the port, we step into little shops where tourists can find everything for a perfect beach day: swimsuits, perios, sun hats, and bright beach bags. But Amalfi is known for much more than seaside essentials. Souvenirs that carry the spirit of the town include Amalfi paper, Carta d'Amalfi, handmade with ancient techniques, embossed and textured, treasured by collectors and artists around the world. Ceramics with vivid yellow and blue patterns, often featuring lemons. You'll find plates, jugs, and tiles decorated in this cheerful style. Lemons and lemon products. The most iconic gift is a bottle of limoncello. There are also sweets with lemon zest and even perfumes with citrus notes. Olive oil and spices. Local farms offer fragrant herb blends and high-quality olive oil. Jewelry made from the sea. Coral necklaces and mother-of-pearl pendants are among the most beloved keepsakes. The Cathedral of St. Andrew, Duomo di Amalfi, is the main landmark of Amalfi, instantly recognizable by its striking facade and the grand staircase leading up from the town square. Its architecture is a fascinating blend of styles: Romanesque, Gothic, Baroque, and even Byzantine influences. The church was founded in the 9th century, and inside it houses the relics of the Apostle St. Andrew, brought here from Constantinople in the 13th century. The interior is adorned with carved marble columns, mosaics, and the impressive Cloister of Paradise, Chiostro del Paradiso, a courtyard surrounded by slender arcades. Today, it stands not only as a spiritual center but also as a symbol of the city. Visitors from around the world climb its steps to experience the atmosphere of the medieval maritime Republic of Amalfi and to admire one of Italy's most beautiful churches. The city of Amalfi was named after the Amalfi family, which came to power in the 9th century. According to legend, none other than Hercules fell in love with the nymph Amalfi, the most beautiful in the world. Of course, for such a macho as Hercules, only the most beautiful of all imaginable nymphs could be a worthy match. Unfortunately, Amalfi was incurably ill and soon died. Hercules was devastated. He set out to sea to find a place worthy of his beloved's burial. His long voyage brought him to the Gulf of Salerno, where the waters of the Tyrrhenian Sea opened before him. At that very moment, he realized that here lay the most beautiful place on earth, worthy of the nymph Amalfi. The waters of the Tyrrhenian Sea reminded Hercules of the marvelous eyes of his beloved as they appeared before him in an astonishing shade of blue, remarkably similar to the color of Amalfi's eyes. I was walking along the Amalfi Coast when I accidentally found myself in Trani, the smallest town in Italy. It's only 0.12 kilometers, Yet it has the sea, mountains, a tiny square, narrow streets, and even the Baroque church of Santa Maria Maddalena. I went down to the smallest beach on the entire coast, dipped into the crystal clear water, and realized sometimes the best places are the ones you find when you're just walking with no plan. After a walk around the city, we had dinner in a cozy restaurant in the center of Amalfi and headed to our hotel. On the last day of our vacation, we decided to spend it by the sea in Salerno. We wanted to feel the atmosphere of the coast one more time, dive into the waves, and simply relax before returning home. We wandered through the city streets until we discovered a quiet beach tucked away far from the busy port, almost at the other end of town. It was much more peaceful there, clean sand, crystal clear water, and far fewer tourists than in the center. We booked a spot for the entire day, wanting to enjoy the sea without any rush. It cost €20 per person, but the comfort and coziness were well worth it. The price included comfortable sunbeds and an umbrella, as well as the convenience of leaving our belongings without worry. The day turned out sunny and warm, the perfect weather to end our journey. Lying under the umbrella, we soaked in the fresh sea breeze, watched the waves rolling onto the shore, and reminisced about all the adventures of this vacation. The atmosphere was so calm that time itself seemed to slow down. It was a wonderful final note to our trip, leaving us with nothing but pleasant memories and a strong desire to return here again someday. The next day we set off for Naples. The journey was short but filled with anticipation. Ahead of us lay a day full of new impressions. We had prepared a small plan for our walk, to feel the true atmosphere of the city, stroll along its lively streets, wander through the old quarters, and visit a few landmarks. Naples greeted us immediately with its unique character. Bustling squares, the aroma of fresh pizza coming from small trattorias, narrow streets where time seemed to stand still, and a striking contrast of history and modern life. We had the whole day to simply wander, discover hidden corners, and enjoy the special energy of this city. The main cathedral of Naples. I visited it and immediately understood why it is so important to the people of the city. When I stepped inside, I was immediately surrounded by an atmosphere of calm and grandeur. Tall Gothic walls, Baroque decorations, the flickering light of candles, and frescoes that tell stories spanning centuries. I was especially struck by the Chapel of St. Januarius. People stood there quietly with hope and faith in their hearts, and I felt that they came not only to pray but also to seek support and inspiration. Every sound, every beam of light in the cathedral seemed filled with history and the energy of generations. I felt that this cathedral is truly the heart of Naples, a place that unites the city through faith, tradition, and shared experience. In Naples, there is a special street known as the Street of Footballers. It is located in the Spanish quarters and has become a kind of open-air museum. The walls of the buildings are covered with vibrant graffiti and murals of football legends. Above all, Diego Armando Maradona, who has forever remained a symbol of the city. Alongside him are portraits of modern Napoli players who brought the club new victories and a long-awaited championship title after decades. This street has turned into a place of pilgrimage for fans. People come here to take photos, leave souvenirs, candles, or even football shirts. It reflects not only the Neapolitans' love for football, but also the deep bond between the team and the city. For the people of Naples, it is more than just a sport. It is a part of their identity and pride. Castel Sant'Elmo is one of Naples' most iconic landmarks. Perched on the Vomero Hill, it offers breathtaking panoramic views over the entire city, the Bay of Naples, Mount Vesuvius, and even Capri on clear days. Originally built in the 14th century on the site of a chapel dedicated to Saint Erasmus, the fortress was later redesigned in the 16th century into its distinctive star-shaped layout, making it nearly impregnable. Throughout history, Castel Sant'Elmo has served as a military stronghold, a royal residence, and even a prison. Today, it is a museum and cultural venue, hosting exhibitions, concerts, and events. Visitors are drawn not only to its history and architecture, but also to the unforgettable vistas that make it one of the best viewpoints in Naples. After a walk on the viewpoint, the day slowly came to an end, and with that, my journey to the Amalfi Coast came to a close, filled with warm impressions, vivid memories, and a wish to return one day.